If you're an online coach or creator and you at least have one case study, you should stop refreshing your inbox like it owes you money and do this instead. Most of us have an awesome fulfillment, have an amazing product. They're running ads, they're doing all the things, they're sending DMs, but they're still not getting the life that they want. They're still not getting the income that they want. And after doing a lot of different research on many different niches across many different personal brands, I've come up with the best system to make sure that you stand out in the market and that you ultimately get towards your goals. This is episode 2 of Creatr TV. If you haven't watched the first episode, go to the previous video on my channel. But without further ado, let's just get into episode 2 of Creatr TV. So the main thing is you need a vision. You need a vision in order to gain yourself more clarity. Because you wake up with no sales, no leads, no direction, and you consume more content than you actually produce in order to motivate yourself further, and that is causing you to feel stuck, okay? Let me just grab my trusty pen here. And you only end up in a very short-term kind of mindset that never actually allows you to build leverage and ultimately scale. And this is what is causing you to feel like, it's the product, it's the delivery, it's the offer, that's the problem, and you're constantly change things, which ultimately always makes it harder for you to reach your goals. If you look at all the young millionaires online, you always compare yourself with them. You're always like, oh my God, I'm not making all this money, right? And let me get into the secret that has got me more clarity to grow my personal brand, to make more money online, and ultimately scale my online coaching business, okay? Because I was in a very vicious cycle, right? I was always trying different strategies, and I always thought there was some sort of secret, right? And of course, there's different components of a business. There's traffic, conversion, nurture, sales, etc. But now you need the glue. What is the thing that's holding everything together that is actually going to build your business in the right way? I call this building your vision assets, which consist of many different components that we're going to cover today, okay? The first thing is the one vision. The second thing is your unique mechanisms. And the third thing is your branding, your colors, your fonts, and your style of your business, or the style of the aesthetic of your business that is going to allow you to stand out from your other competitors, which is extremely important. And when you combine all of this, your audience just doesn't see you as another option within the market, but they see you as the only one, and they actually, quote unquote, get your brand. They understand what you stand for. Okay, so in the previous episode, we went over crafting your dream client. So how to get super clear on who you're talking towards and which person your message is dedicated towards. And obviously this is over. If you're new here, hi, my name's Jay. This is kind of the reality matrix that we came up with that is the best system in the market to not only have a strategy to grow your online consulting business, but also stand out in the market and allow yourself to build a long-term brand. So the first thing we've covered is the dream client. Now we're going to cover your vision assets, which is all about the things I mentioned, right? Standing out. Of course, next we're going to go into reality shifts, how to have a really different message that is really good for ad creatives, etc. And then how the strategy and how everything kind of fixes itself together in one core strategy, okay? So the first thing is you need to build a vision. And a lot of people have heard of like, oh, I've got this journal where I write down my goals, etc. Most people don't understand that, sure, having a little document where you just write down your goals in every day is awesome, but most people don't understand how much dedication, how much clarity you need around this, so you ultimately take the right actions on a daily basis. Now, right in front of me here, I've got my 10-minute vision, and I've got my one vision, which I just showed you. This is where I write down my goals every single day to become even more clear on them, because according to this according to this guy, Dr. Gail Matthews, he found that people that wrote down their goals as well as visualized them achieved their goals 42% likely. So that's why not only do we have all of our goals visualized here in this document, but we also have them written down so we can get even more clarity around what we want to achieve. So that's really, really awesome. So that's the first thing. We want to build our one vision. And the one vision, which is this document here, it consists of 4 core pillars that is going to give you clarity on your life. The first thing is relationships. This is just an example of like a mood board that you put together for your one vision. And this is how it should look like, right? What is it you want your relationships to look like? You want them to be exciting. You want them to be fresh. You want them to be motivating you, supporting you. How do you want your wealth to look like? I love Aston Martin, so I put Aston Martin in there. How do you want your love life to look like? Your vacations to look like, your house, etc. So that's wealth. Spirit, how do you want your mental to look like? Maybe you're religious, you put something religious here. You put your family, you put your spouse, and that's your spirit. The third thing is your health. How do you want your health to look like? And you might be watching this and like, oh, Jay, like I've seen this a million times. Like, sure, I need to have like goals and stuff. It's like, no, these are the things, depending on what you put in here, this is going to be things that is going to make your brand stand out and ultimately make more money. So this is lever moving, money driven, money needle activities. Okay. So you're going to put your goals here. Okay. And if you DM me the word vision, by the way, on Instagram, if you go, my Instagram's in the description, I'll send you my full template completely for free on this. And this is where you're going to insert your audio. There's also like a full tutorial on this. This is where you're going to insert your audio on exactly how, basically it's talking about you already achieving your goals in third person. So Jay Hyatt has reached billionaire status, whatever, right? Whatever your goals are, there's a specific audio you put in there. The training will talk about it. You're going to have a habit tracker, a link to your One Vision PDF, which is this document. If we just go back, this document here, it's also going to be in a PDF version on this Notion template. And then you're going to have your 4 pillars and then the goals that you have for each of them. And then your North Star, okay? The second one, and that's, by the way, that's your One Vision. So make sure to DM me this, guys. Like, it doesn't hurt anything. It's completely free. It's going to help you guys out. The second thing is creating your unique mechanisms. Now, a lot of people are like, why the hell do I need a unique mechanism? Number one, it makes you stand out in the market. If you're got a specific offer for your coaching business and maybe it's a bit saturated, maybe it's dating, maybe it's like business coaching, maybe it's fitness coaching. Like, there's a lot of people doing that. So you want to make something that's different, that's unique, that people recognize you for, and that you can ultimately sell high ticket and differentiate yourself from the other competitors, okay? And this is more important than you actually believe, okay? So that's why it's so important, okay? Purpose. A unique mechanism sets your offer apart from your competitors by having a distinctive method or process or system that improves marketing, sales, and product, okay? So I'm not going to go through everything step by step, but you're going to define the problem, right? In the previous episode, I actually go a little in depth into the mechanisms. So you're going to leverage all of these different points to come up with your own unique mechanism that is going to be standing for your brand. And this is what you're going to leverage in your vision assets, which is the second part of the whole Creatr matrix system, to stand out in the market, okay? So examples of how these mechanisms could look like, before I get into that, here's a little checklist. Screenshot this. Make sure this aligns with your unique mechanism so you can nail it. Examples of unique mechanisms, this is how they could look like. They could be in a pyramid form, in a cycle form, in a list form, however you guys want to visualize this, do it that makes it unique for your brand, okay? If you're not a genius at graphic design, hire someone off Fiverr for $10, $20 to make a little system for you, okay? Someone that has a good taste, okay? The third part is creating a brand identity. Now, again, when there's so many creators entering the market, you need to be able to stand out. So do you have specific logos in your brand? Do you have specific colors? Use AI websites to create color schemes. I might put it in the description of what websites I use, perhaps, if I don't forget. I'll probably forget. And use AI websites to create color schemes. If you don't have a distinct color scheme in your brand, then you're kind of lost. Example is, I've got black, white, and this gold color. And you'll notice that throughout my whole brand. Another very simple thing, guys. Create a serif and sans font. So I've got this serif font, which is this curved font where the S has kind of like a curve like that, right? And then you've got the sans font, which is just very simple. And these fonts, brand colors, unique mechanisms, your vision is going to be super important to stand out in the marketplace, okay? Now, this episode is quite fast, quite quick, but it also has a lot of depth because you guys have a lot of homework to do. You guys have to download this. You have to set this up. You have to create your unique mechanisms. You have to create your color scheme. You have to create your fonts, which is a lot of information and a lot of homework that you guys have to set up to be ready for the next episode, okay? If you haven't seen the previous episode, do that. If you have any questions or want to join Reality Creatr, which is my consulting program where I help you in so much more detail implement all of this, just DM me the word join on Instagram. And other than that, guys, have a sick day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.